Alright everybody, welcome back to Re-Elevated. We're at the JC Penney in the Crossgates Mall here in Albany. And we're here and we got a very special treat and again, very interesting JCPenney at best. And let's take a elevated tour and see what's going on here. And if you could see, I don't know, JCPenney is a little askew. Alright, so we're on the first floor level. Now, I don't know if you can already tell, but this store is a little flip-flopped compared to most JCPenney's. Home being on the first floor. But our first stop here is this. The Reading Registry at JCPenney. When's the last time anyone's seen that? I don't even think they do the wedding registry in store or if that at all anymore, so that's pretty nifty. So first we got our home department over here. I really did not like when they ripped up all the tile. It just makes the store look very drab at best. Really old escalator here. One thing to note, the store is very vintage and outdated, but that's honestly one of the things I absolutely love about it. So they got all the luggage over here. So right now we're in the kids department. That's where we're gonna start off. Besides in the home department, still has actually the boys' fitting room over there, but it's blocked off. I noticed a lot of the fitting rooms in a lot of Penny stores are blocked off. But when's the last time you've seen them actually painted? Pretty neat, I'd say. So, walking through this store, like I said, it's like a time capsule, and I really enjoy it. Got your Disney shop here. Got your quad over here. I don't know when the store opened. If someone wants to mention that in the comments. But it's definitely a vintage gem. It does seem very, very tiny for a JCPenney. At least a little bit tinier compared to what I've seen. Over here we have our portrait studio and your salon. You got your little mini electronics section. Clearance. Here's your salon here. Pretty big. And a massive selection of beauty products. Not JCPenney beauty, but salon section. Restrooms over here. Elevator. Very vintage exit over here. The doors. Here's a little directory so you can at least see where we're going. First floor is over here, where we are now. We're gonna go upstairs and see where we're gonna be at next. Apparently you gotta open the door slowly. I guess maybe too many people have been hit with the door. I can tell you from experience, being slammed with the door before, it is not fun. So, now we're gonna head upstairs and take you along there and see what's going on up there. Along, I think, one of the world's loudest escalators. What this vintage gem here. this atrium here. Gotta say, one of the nicest for a JC Penney I've seen in quite a long time. Alright, so here's jewelry. Very nice looking jewelry department, I will say. Sconces still. Very nice section over here. It's probably one of the modern registers I've seen throughout this entire store. Trying not to get people in the shots here. Be respectful. But here's the main drab here. Along the side over here, you have JC Penney Beauty, formerly Sephora. Very nice looking JC Penney Beauty compared to some other stores I've seen. And then shoes over here. And like I said, very vintage looking store, but very nice looking. Like they kept it up nicely compared to some others. One thing to note, it's very dimly lit. A lot of the older JCPenney's that I remember from when I was a kid were very dim like this. So it is very reminiscent from when I was a kid. One thing, like I said, from the 90s or so, this very green tile and mahogany accents. And you'll see that throughout this men's department here. Just give you a second to look around.
Fine jewelry, please.
What are we in a Kmart? When's the last time you've heard those intercoms like that? But I mean, they're doing a good job with visual and everything like that too. I will say that too. They definitely keep the store in great shape. Here's the old fitting room here. As you can see, it's a very big selection up here. Very old layout. But, you know, like I said, very vintage looking store, but it's a nice looking store. Here's your quad again. I like the quads better than the new centralized checkout they're going for. And I don't know why they were doing that. I really don't know why, but it's just not a good look for them. I'm sorry. JCPenney, if you're hearing this, please don't get rid of it in the other stores. Just leave it alone. Call me old-fashioned, but it's just a bad idea. This looks very familiar in a lot of the other stores. The Arizona section. And then you still have your big and tall over here on this side. And then you have a very tacky clearance section like in any other Pennies. But you can't have everything you want, right? They're getting into summer now, so you'll have the bathing suits coming out. Big and tall. But you know, as you go along, you'll see some other things going on here too. So here's women's. So men's and women's usually does mesh right together. A lot of stores back in the day used to have that. But now, unfortunately, people just don't know how to merchandise anymore. A lot of chains. Another chain. Another quad and exit. Look at this old vintage women's department over here. When's the last time you've seen mirrors and pennies on the columns, right? Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just really, really neat. And it's very loud. Very, very loud escalator atrium. But, I mean, this is such a really neat store, and I'm honestly pretty glad that I stumbled upon it. I mean, I'm not sure what JCPenney's plan is for it, but the moment looks pretty well stocked, very neat and organized. So, you know, that's a pretty good thing. You know, a lot of times you don't see companies putting a lot of effort in, but you know, it's nice to see that, at least in this case here. So we're gonna head down over this way to the elevator, and the offices over here. On this side there's the stock room. And one quick thing just to see here, I guess they still have the JC Penney idea. All right, we're just gonna end on the first floor, and here's the elevator room there for all my elevator enthusiasts as it's coming up. And this is a very vintage looking elevator too, so figured I'd showcase that for everybody. And the upper level is apparently upside down, so I guess we're gonna be upside down for a little bit. But this is basically your, oh, okay. I guess we're not going down yet. Weird. This is your basic JCPenney elevator. Once the door closes. Now we're going down. But that was a freak fluke thing. But yeah, basic JCPenney elevator as we head down to our low level. And this is where I will leave you all. Remember, again, this is the JCPenney at the Crossgates Mall in Albany, New York. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to always be re-elevated. Take care.